in Matagalpa, Nicaragua, and just at the hostel I was staying at. I'm gonna go look for this farm. It's kind of off the beaten track, and the directions are completely different than what the map says, but I'm gonna follow the directions obviously. And it looks like it's some heavy terrain up and down, so I might take a little bus there. So I'm gonna ride over to the station and see if I can get the right bus over to get a little closer. Hey, I'm here in a little cabin in one of the most rural places I've been to in my whole trip. Took a bus earlier to get to this farm, and I was gonna try to ride it, but the directions I had and the what they were telling me was different, and there was like different towns that had very similar names, and I didn't want to just, you know, go off on dirt roads into unknown terrain and potentially ride into the middle of nowhere and be in the wrong place. So took a bus. My light's dying. But so I took a bus, and at 2 p.m. from Matagalpa, and I knew I was going to a rural place, but I had no idea. I had no idea how deep this place really was. My light's dying, so sorry. So overall, the whole trip took about 5 hours from Matagalpa on a single track dirt road. It was, wow, long way. I was like, wow, can't believe how deep I am in rural lands. But it's cool. It's part of the adventure. I've heard other people actually made it here on bikes before, so I'm not that gnarly. Whew. And I got to town, it was getting dark, and the locals were like, yeah man, you shouldn't ride the roads out here at night. So one of them let me stay here in this cabin after feeding me, and here I am. Buenas noches. Ya me voy a la finca, más 1 hora tal vez de camino. Dormí aquí ayer con mi amigo Jesse, está aquí y me dio la oportunidad de dormir aquí. Ahora un poco de terracería. Buenos dias. Just got here to the farm El Yunque. It's about 50 manzanas, which is, I don't know how many 100 acres. All this land, and above on the other side, 2 rivers. The caretaker's house is like maybe a half kilometer up the path. So I'm completely alone here, except for the cows and the goats. And they actually don't provide food. I had read that they didn't give grains and beans and stuff, but they stated that they'd give food from the land here. So this is the bounty I have to work with right now. A few bananas and some yuca, which I don't really know how to prepare yet. Thankfully, the volunteer that was here, that girl, stayed here 4 days. She just left. She left me a bit of her food, and then I made a little run in the store to get some stuff. Gotta cook on these guys, which are mediocre. I mean, this one's better. I was trying to cook on that guy, but kind of bad design. It's just like, it's so deep at the fire, like you have to build a big fire and it just burns a lot of wood. And this is all I got left, which would probably last me for dinner. I didn't eat lunch. It took me about an hour and a half to make breakfast because the fire and the wood's a little green. I'm all alone here. I'm supposed to work 5 hours tomorrow, and just not feeling like a very good trade. Part of me is really like, man, I should just find out when the bus leaves tomorrow and get out of here. But the other part of me is like, maybe stick it out and check it out and maybe things will get better. But the owner's not even here. He quickly said goodbye to me this morning when I got here, and he's got a bad knee. He's going back to Matagalpa where he actually lives there. So I'm just here with the caretakers on this huge land, expected to work and make my own food every day. Buenos dias. After arriving at the farm a day ago, I already left. Part of me feels like I should have toughed it out. It would have been a character building experience, and the caretaker was actually a really nice guy, and I could tell he was a little bit sad that I was leaving, actually. But the situation was just so tough with the wood. There was barely any wood. I would have had to go fetch like semi-wet wood to cook with, and which would have taken hours a day to just get the fire and get the cooking going, plus working 5 hours. It just seemed like it would have been a very grueling time, and perhaps it would have been a good character building time, like I said. Part of me is like, man, you should have been tougher, but the other part's like, it was really tough. And so on the way out, one of my cables blew. Check this thing out. That's my right there. I gotta get the housing replaced. I got cables, but I don't have housing, so I can't climb any of these hills. I can only go down. So it's been a pretty nice nature walking bike this morning. You know, at least I got out here and got to see this special place and got to be out here, and maybe one day I'll come back when there's more people. It would have just been me, and the cabin was like a half K from anyone else, and it's a really solitary feeling place with really tough conditions for food making. And yeah, so I'm gonna go try another farm out. Here in Roblar, my bike. This bus is gonna take me back to Matagalpa. This is my bus setup. Put all my bags into 3 bags, and I take my guitar, carry on. Back in the city, gotta find a bike mechanic. Fix my bike and get it sprayed down.